Kaspa on Rust, the alpha release was successful. I do have a node running. I did build the node over on sonofatech.locals.com. It's very easy to do. If you want to go check that video out, you're welcome to. I haven't done a guide for it yet. I've been extremely busy with, well, doing this channel. So there you go. The current Ubuntu Linux binary will not run on Linux versions 18.04 or 20.04. So you have to use 22.04 and so on. I think 20.04 does work now, though. Don't quote me on that. Check the Discord. Introducing the Rusty Kaspa Alpha release as an alpha stage product. It is in the initial phases of development, although this version is designed as a seamless drop-in for the existing Kaspa Go node. This release will primarily apply to experienced Kaspa command line users who want to help evaluate and stabilize the fresh code base. There you go. Is the Rust rewrite a hard fork? Yes, eventually. However, Rust won't hard fork until the block rate increases. A hard fork schedule will be released. Now, for those that don't know, for a hard fork to be basically accepted, the node runners will have, a majority of the node runners will have to upgrade to the Rust version, and then that's when the hard fork will be allowed to take place, and then we'll have a block and blah, blah, blah. For the most part, hopefully it'll be seamless. However, that's not always expected. Just keep it in mind. So do they communicate with each other? Yes, they currently do. As Rust is integrated and tested, is there a version change? And so it does say, as such, 1.0, 1.1, or 2.0, as Rust is developed and integrated, the version numbers will change to reflect updates. The current version number of Rust in alpha is version 0.1.0. Meaning, assumedly, the beta will be like 0.2. And then the official release will be 1.0. What should node runners do to prepare? It says you can familiarize yourselves with the CLI, which we already did over on locals. And you can test it out, blah, blah, blah. I think that right now, specifications is approximately 30 gigabytes. After running for 25 days. And then you will have to make sure you're only mining on the test net if you want to go test. That's been an interesting process. I will be trying to cover that on the channel. But pretty much it. Nothing really special here. I just wanted to say congratulations to the Kaspa team for getting that done. Obviously, a big move forward, as that is the Rust upgrade specifically is what's going to increase the blocks per second, which obviously increases total transactions per second as well. This is a big upgrade that has been, you know, in the works for quite some time now. So it's good to see it moving forward. This is what I would say. Ironfish is a really interesting project from the standpoint that it launched with more support than I think I've seen any coin launch with. As far as like, this was the most hash rate, the most amount of miners, the most amount of mining software, the most amount of pool support. It's just everything right off the bat. It does beg the question, why? I mean, there was definitely some weird stuff going on. I think things that were detrimental to the network was like the incentives that were offered on hero miners, which, you know, centralized that initial hash rate pretty heftily. I don't think that that was a healthy marketing move. I would like to not see stuff like that happen. I mean, I get it. Hero miners is trying to get all the miners, but like if you get all the miners, then you kind of are like defeating the purpose of cryptocurrency in the first point, in the first place. So it was very odd stuff going on. I am trying to do some more research and due diligence surrounding the Ironfish launch, why it had the push behind it, why we saw BitBoy Crypto come behind it, why we saw, like, when brought into question the actual launch, we had, like, personally, like, I was like, this is a really bad launch on Twitter, immediately getting attacked by people from the BitBoy kind of YouTube crew. I'm wondering what kind of stuff's going on there. There's a lot of weird red flags going on with it. It's got that VC crowdfunding that we talked about in the past. that really has a very odd token distribution. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I mean, I do have to give props where props are due as far as like having this type of support right out of the bat was super impressive. Now, it's important to go ahead and review a little bit more of this Ironfish stuff too, because luckily what I did notice is Ironfish hash rate has distributed much better. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say much better. It's still 51% attackable through hero miners at 62.4% of the known hash rate, but it's not 99.999% of the hash rate like it initially was. So it's good to see that we've started to see really a balancing out of this, as far as that's concerned. And then I think there is some oddity going on, apparently getting listed at Safe Trade at 100 USDT. I don't think this is something I would trust, but that's something new I didn't see earlier. Anyways, there is that. You got F2 Pool coming in second place with 415 terahash a second compared to 1.76 petahash a second. Flexpool in third place at 216.91 terahash a second. And that is pretty much how it is rolling out. Take a look at Ergo, down 20% over the past 7 days, 20.79 terahash a second on the network. We got Kaspa here at 33% down over the past 7 days, 1.1 petahash a second on the network. Conflux down 23% over the past 7 days, hash rate down to 5.44 terahash a second on the network. Let's see if we got some other fun ones. We'll check Flux. Flux is at 2.4 mega solutions a second, down 12% over the past 7 days. We got the Meow coin coming in at down at 37% over the past 7 days and at 194 gigahash a second. Oh, there's so many of them, guys. At this point, it's down 13% on Raven coin and at 7.32 terahash a second. Chlor's a new one on the block that we're going to be talking about on the channel. Oh my goodness. I mean, really, it's a playground out there for proof of work miners. Lots of stuff to be playing with now. And I'm looking for it or forward to it because there's just, you could mine a ton of different stuff right now and potentially be profitable depending on, of course, your power rate and all that. But there's lots of options out there. Revenue is down because obviously we've had a huge hit to the market over the past week. I think averaging about 15 to 20%, you know. The hashrate.no, we still have at 13 cents a kilowatt hour, quite a few GPUs still sitting in profit, surprisingly. A lot of it on Radiant, some of it on Dynex, that sort of thing. And some of this new Papri coin, which is another one that I need to check out as well that I haven't been able to check out, but I will be checking out. So thanks for checking out this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. You can check out the full episode here or more crypto content down here. Also, I'd like you to check out my locals page at sonofatech.locals.com where you can become a member for free or choose to be a $5 a month supporter that unlocks additional content.